Just a bit. Okay, that should be good enough. Yeah. Alrighty. Shoot. Strain says unstable. OBS says that everything is going smoothly. What to believe? I'm gonna refresh this and then I'm gonna just carry on to string training wiki to where I left off. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Yeah, I remember I left off here. Oh boy. I still got a lot to go. Especially with no pictures. Oh. Now I could actually see the stream. And everything was running smoothly. So, what gives? Anywho, combined techniques. Strength training may involve the combining of different training methods such as weight training, polymetrics, bodyweight exercises, and ballistic exercises. This is often done in order to improve a person's ability to apply their strength quickly, or in other words, to improve their ability to apply explosive power. Explosive. Loaded polymetrics. Loaded polymetrics involve the addition of weights to jumping exercises. The weights may be held or worn, for instance, vertical jumps, whilst holding a strap bar, or jumping split squats, whilst holding dumbbells. This helps to enhance the explosive power of the athlete. Okay. Complex training. Shoot. Come on. Nope. Do one more. Alright. That's how much I can get. Woohoo. Complex training. Complex training, also known as contrast training, involves the alternation of weight training and polymetrics exercises. Ideally, both sets of exercises should move through similar ranges of movement, such as pairing is called a complex or contrast pair. For instance, a set of heavy back squats at about 85 through 95%, 1 RM, followed by a set of jumping exercises. This intention is to utilize the intense nervous system activation and increase muscle fibre requirement from the heavy lift in the polymetric exercise, thereby increasing the power with which it can be performed over a period of training. This may result in an athlete being able to perform the polymetric exercise more powerfully. Without the requirement of the preceding heavy lift. Working on the same principles, a sports specific action may be incorporated instead of the polymetric exercise. The intention in this case being to increase the athlete's ability to perform the sports specific action more powerfully. Oh yeah, something also. Let me stretch because my skin is all straight. No, all flexible and elastic. See? I even can have my chin always stretched here. Anywho, onto ballistic training. So we've already gone through complex training under just combined techniques. So, anywho, contrast loading is the alternation of heavy and light loads, i.e., a heavy bench press at about 85 through 95 1 RM. Yeah. So yeah, under complex and ballistic training, talks about complex under this. For instance, a set of heavy back squats. Yeah, yeah. And then yeah, a heavy bench press set at 85 to 95% 1 RM over here. It's identical. Followed by a light bench press set at about 30 to 60% 1 RM. The heavy set should be performed fast, with the light set being performed as fast as possible. The joint should not be locked, as that inhibits muscle fibre recruitment and reduces the speed at which the exercise can be performed. Loaded polymetric exercises or ballistic exercise may take the place of the light lift. Similarly to complex training, contrast loading relies on the intense nervous system activation and enhance muscle fiber recruitment from the heavy lift to help improve the power with which the subsequent exercise can be performed. This psychological effect is commonly referred to as post-activation potential 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 tension potentiation. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that. So, oh boy, let's look this up. Wake up, keyboard. Pententionette. Okay. Merriam-Webster. Alright.
Potentiate.
Potentiate. Yeah, potentiate. Potentiate.
Potentiate.
Potentiate. Potentiate. So this is the she. Potentiate. We were to say the T-I, but oh well. Oh well. Post-activation potentiate, or the PAP effect. By way of explanation, if a lift weight is lifted and then a heavy weight is lifted, then the same light weight is lifted again, and the light weight will feel lighter the second time it is lifted. This is due to the increased PAP effect from the heavy lift, allowing for greater power to be applied and thus making the subsequent lighter lift feel even lighter than before. Explosive power training programs are frequently designed to specifically utilize the PAP effect. Bodybuilding. Bodybuilding is a sport in which the goal is to increase muscle size and definition. Bodybuilding increases the endurance of muscles as well as strength, though not as much as if they were the primary goals. Bodybuilders compete in bodybuilding competitions and use specific principles and methods of strength training to maximize muscular size and develop extreme low levels of body fat. In contrast, most strength trainers train to improve their strength and endurance while not giving special attention to reducing body fat below normal. Strength training tends to increase on compound exercises to build basic strength, where bodybuilders often use isolation exercises to visually separate their muscles and to improve muscular symmetry. Pre-contest training for bodybuilders is different again, in that they attempt to retain as much muscular tissue as possible whilst undergoing severe dieting. However, the bodybuilding community has been the source of many strength training principles, techniques, vocabulary, and customs. Now, onwards to nutrition. All to do. Oh yeah, speaking also of nutrition, you also got. Well, actually, let me change my ergonomics. And this is a bit uncomfortable, so let me stand up straight. Back out. 1 ear, 2 ear. Yeah. Talking about nutrition, I bet there's turkey. I bet turkey has special properties, like it gives you magical powers or some crap. I don't know. Thanksgiving's weird. It is widely accepted that strength training must be matched by changes in diet in order to be effective. Although aerobatic, oh, at least I didn't say Arabic, aerobic, like that. Aerobics or mnemomics. Anyway, although aerobic exercise can be proven to have an effect on the dietary intake of macronutrients, strength training has not, and an increase in dietary protein and is generally okay. This 55 got me confused. Strength training has not 55, and an increase in dietary protein is generally believed to be required for building skeletal muscle. A review of 49 research studies found that the supplementation of protein in the diet of healthy adults increased the size and strength of muscles during prolonged resistance exercise training. Protein intakes of greater than 1.6 kg day did not additionally increase fat-free mass or muscle size or strength. Protein that is neither needed for cell growth and repair nor consumed for energy is converted into urea mainly through the elimination process and the excrete by the kidneys. Urea. What does that mean? It's an organic compound with chemical formula CONH2. Ugh. Okay. Now I'm dumb. Does somebody else know what urea mean? Yes, I did not do good in chemistry. Now let's, as always, look at pronunciation. Yay, Cambridge, I could say in the British accent.
Urea.
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 Urea. Urea. Converted into urea mainly through the elimination process and is excreted by the kidneys. It was once thought that a high protein diet entails risk of kidney damage, but studies have shown that kidney problems only occur in people with previous kidney disease. However, failure to properly hydrate can put an increased strain on the kidney's ability to function. An adequate supply of carbohydrates, 5 through 7 g per kg, is also needed as a source of energy and for the body to restore glycogen levels in muscles. A light, balanced meal prior to the workout, usually 1 to 2 hours beforehand, ensures that adequate energy and amino acids are available for the intense bout of exercise. This type of nutrients consumed affects the response of the body and nutrient timing, whereby protein and carbohydrates are consumed prior to and after workout has a beneficial impact on muscle growth. I said groove. A muscle groove. Getting a diet. You're grooving in while eating what, bananas to get that potassium. Workout has a beneficial impact on muscle growth. Water is consumed throughout the course of the workout to prevent poor performance due to dehydration. A protein shake is often consumed immediately following the workout because both protein uptake and protein usage are increased in the time. Citation needed. Glucose, or another simple sugar, is often consumed as well since it quickly replenishes any glycogen lost during the exercise period. If consuming recovery drink after a workout to maximize muscle protein anabolism, I see this several times. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, so let's see how you pronounce it. It's gonna be. Yeah, you know what? Forget it. I'm just gonna go to an external website because usually that thing doesn't work.
Anabolism.
Anabolism. Anabolism.
Anabolism.
Anabolism. Okay, so it's former, not the letter. Anabolism. Now, anywho, I haven't got a dictionary.com. So let's just go here. Now onto anabolism. Anabolism.
Anabolism.
Anabolism. Constructive metabolism, the synthesis in a living organism of more complex substances from simpler ones, opposed to cannibalism. No, catabolism. Sounds so close to cannibalism. So, to maximize muscle protein anabolism, it is suggested that the recovery drink contain glucose, dextrose, protein, usually whey. Ew, the whey. I know whey. You know the whey. Hydrolysate containing mainly dipeptides and tripeptides and leucine? Hmm. I actually don't know what that is. Oh, actually, let me keep on going. Some weight trainers also take urogenic aids. Urogenic aids? PED? Hmm. Such as creatine or steroids to aid muscle growth. However, the effectiveness of some products is disputed and others are potentially harmful. Potentially harmful. Alright, let's see what this is. Oh, yay! Something people know in their common lives. Leucine is the central amino acid that is used in the biosynthesis of proteins. Leucine. Yeah. Symbol Leo. Yeah. I am pronouncing it right. So now we're going to whey. So this is what whey is. It's not the freaking. Oh, yay. It's boring. Boring icon of whey. But yeah, whey is a liquid remaining after milk that has been curdled and strained. It's the byproduct of the manufacture of cheese or casein and has several commercial uses. Sweet whey, acid whey, sour whey. Wow. I did not know that. I thought it was all just protein, but there is just protein whey. Hmm. So what they mean is, do you know the whey? It's referring to, do you know which type of whey you want? The more I know. Ooh, boy, 6 differences in training. Ooh. It has the word sex, so I'm intrigued. This mic is actually pretty useful. I'm gonna tap on it. No. No issues so far. Anywho, sex differences in training. Men have a higher percentage of fast twitch type 2 muscle fiber, which gives them strength. On the other hand, women have a higher proportion of type 1 slow twitch muscle fibers, which contributes to their endurance. Since women have a higher percentage of slow twitch muscle fiber, they can do better with higher reps and higher volume without overtraining the muscle. Research has shown that women, not the letter D with E, women, it's just that women can have a more significant muscle growth doing reps with a big range of motion. Okay, it doesn't make sense when start with that. On the other hand, men can do more explosive movement because men have a bigger motor cortex in the brain, which controls the movement and help men to generate more force. Women recover less well when doing explosive exercise and are less likely to build muscle from doing explosive exercises. Women do not have to rest as long between sets as men because women have a lower arterial blood pressure during exercise, which allows more blood and oxygen to go to the muscle, Moreover, women's bodies make less byproduct, lactate, that creates the burn feeling in the muscle, resulting in that the muscle tissue can tolerate higher stress for a more extended period of time. Women not only recover faster between sets, they also no, they also recover faster after a workout compared to men. Since women don't react well to explosive exercise and have a higher endurance, women do better with steady state cardio and complete reps with a slow and controlled motion instead of explosive exercise such as sprinting. The strength difference between men and women also varies due to the ratio between fat and lean muscle mass in different body parts. And this is the reason why most men have a stronger upper body while women have a stronger lower body. Hmm. Men have a higher testosterone level, which power strength muscle masses, no, which power strength, muscle mass, and strength. Uh, Women have a higher estrogen level, which helps them with muscle recovery and supports the muscle ability to use glycols as fuel. Even though studies have shown that men are more capable of increasing muscle mass compared to women when doing some intensities and years of training, both men and women bodies produce a hormone that spikes their strength and support muscle building. Men's bodies produce more testosterone that helps with muscle building when they are training, while women's bodies produce more human growth hormone that aids the tissue and muscle building. Mm. Alright. Women's hormone also changes due to the menstrual menst- menstrual. I'm confused with this. Yeah, menstrual due to the menstrual cycle. During the follicular phase, women have a decrease in progesterone level, progesterone, which helps prevent muscle damage and aids with recovery. And on the other hand, the increased progesterone levels during the lethal phase can negatively impact the body's ability to recover from muscle damage. It is suggested that women have an increased should increase the intensity of training during the week and the week after the menstrual cycle to maximize the training progress. Sex differences in mass gains due to the androgenic hormone differences between males and females. The latter are generally unable to develop large muscles regardless of the training program used. Normally, the most that can be achieved is a look similar to that of a fitness model. Muscle is denser than fat, so someone who builds muscle while keeping the same body weight will accompany less volume if two people weigh the same and are the same height but have different lean body mass percentages. The one of more muscle will appear thinner. In addition, through bodybuilding uses the same principles as strength training. It is with the goal of gaining muscle bulk. Strength trainers with different goals and programs will not gain the same mass as professional bodybuilder. Now on to muscle toning. Some weight trainers perform light, high repetition exercises in an attempt to tone their muscles with increasing their size. The word term derives from the Latin tonus, meaning tension, and anatomy anatomy and physiology, as well as medicine. The term muscle tone refers to the continuous and passive partial contraction of the muscles or the muscles resistant to passive training during resting state as determined by deep tendon reflex. Muscle tonus is dependent on neurological input into the muscle. And medicine, observations of changes in muscle tonus can be used to determine normal or abnormal states with which can be indicative of pathology. The common strength training term tone is derived from this use. While muscle builders refer to the tone physique or muscle firmness, is one that combines reasonable muscular size with moderate levels of body fat, qualities that may result with a combination of diet and exercise. Muscle tone or firmness is directly increased in actin or myosin cross filaments in the sarcomere. When this occurs, the same amount of neurological input creates a greater firmness, the tone, and the resting continuous and passive partial contraction in the muscles. Exercises of 6 through 12 reps cause hypertrophy of the sarcoplasm in slow twitch and high twitch muscle fibers. And the image here, yeah, they actually do. Contributing to the overall increased muscle bulk. This is not to be confused with myofibria hypertrophy, which leads to strength gains. Both, however, can increase in extent during the rep range, even though most are in the opinion that higher repetitions are best for producing the desired effect of muscle firmness or tone. It is not. Low volume strength training of 5 repetitions or fewer with increased strength by increasing actin and myosin cross filaments, therefore increasing muscle firmness or tone. The low volume of the training will inhibit the hypertrophy effect. Lower caloric diets have no positive effect on muscle hypertrophy for muscle of any fiber type. They may, however, decrease the thickness of subcutaneous fat between muscle and skin, through an overall reduction in body fat, thus making muscle striations more visible. Striations. I don't know how to pronounce that properly. Let's look over here. Striation. Merriam-Webster.
Striation.
Striation. The fact of being striated. Yeah, thanks for definition. Mark with striations. Yeah, going back to striations goes back to striated. Trying to look for the definition makes me go back to striations. Okay, whatever. Alpha related to being a striated muscle. Now let's go to stray. Stray. A stripe or line as the skin distinguished by the surrounding area by color, texture, and elevation. Oh yeah, that line muscle is the striation. Now onwards to, let's see, subcutaneous tissue. Okay, got that. Now onwards to weight loss. Exercises like sit-ups or abnormal crunches perform less work than whole body aerobic exercises, thereby expending fewer calories during exercise than jogging, for example. Hypertrophy serves to maintain muscle mass for elevated basal metabolic rate, which has the potential to burn more calories in a given period compared to aerobics. This helps to maintain a higher metabolic rate with the otherwise diminished after metabolic adaptation to dieting or upon completion of a aerobic routine. In general, one can lose weight by being a caloric deficit. A caloric deficit can be done in different ways. It can be done by consuming less than the amount of calories that are required to maintain your current body weight, or increasing the energy expenditure enough that is more than the calorie intake. Lean muscles require calories to maintain themselves at rest, which will help reduce fat through an increase in the basal metabolic rate. BMR. Yeah. And you also have these under special populations under history. Oh boy. Well, I'm not gonna go any further, but I just wanted to refresh where I talked about. All this is under the sex differences in training, so muscle toning and weight loss. And I want to cause muscle toning, women do have something to work with, along with also a history of them having not much physical education. I'm just thinking of my experience when it came to school, where they would not allow them to do much strength training. Not many bodybuilders for women. There's not much of a big population. Now it's sort of catching up, but yeah. Well, that's probably the same thing with recreational exercise like running and such. Nothing's perfect, but everything's changing. Anywho, looks like I can finish this off next time along with talking about other stuff. So, anywho, well, actually, no. Follow me if there's actually any issues um, with trying to find my page or channel, just in case. Especially if what is it? Alright. I did just chatting, I'm doing health, I did politics. So, going to something else, just be sure you save any channels so you won't lose them forever. I know I did when going to Twitch days ago. And it sucks because I unfortunately couldn't find the stream channel I wanted to watch. Oh well. Anywho, get ready for Cyber Monday. I know this thing is this mine is uber excited, or probably gonna spend a bunch of time on Amazon just looking for prices and stuff like that. Anywho, signing off.